So, a very good morning to everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time of day you are actually tuning in here. And we'd like to thank you for taking the time to be here with us today. If you're in industry of any kind, including mining or manufacturing, then this is going to be very worthwhile for you. So, just quickly by way of introduction, my name is Shiraz Singh. I've been with Aptronics for 25 years now, and I've spent the better part of 10 years fulfilling a senior network architect role. This is a role that has seen me be a trusted advisor to customers and guiding customers to make correct decisions when it comes to their network solutions. Not only on the technology front, from a business value front as well. So, with regards to the actual presentation here today, what are we talking about? We're going to be talking about game changers, folks. That's what we're talking about here today. So, we're seeing we're seeing modern industrial technologies that are generating massive amounts of data right where they sit, what we call the edge. Things like sensors and PLCs and motors and gateways. With the technology that's available today, these devices are able to pull or to generate very large amounts of very usable data. And this is what we call the industrial Internet of Things. So what we're finding here is that industries are wanting to capitalize on this data and to move this data very quickly to where it can be processed into more meaningful information. Um, we're also seeing operations managers who aren't really aware of these possibilities, or they know about it, but they don't really know how to go about leveraging off the technology that's available to them today. And I think this is extremely important, is they are a little bit fearful because of the security aspect. We're seeing with the industrial revolution or industry 4.0, as we're calling it, we're seeing traditional industrial side technology that is now able to be network connected or internet connected. And that does bring about a huge security concern. So we're very fortunate to have with us today Karthik. Karthik is joining us directly from Aruba in the UAE. He is the category lead for the Aruba Edge Services platform, and he's extremely knowledgeable in Aruba solutions for the industry. And he'll show you how Aruba solutions can help you to gain a rapid and secure access to all this generated data and this technology, which will in the end enable you to move quicker towards an industrial digital transformation. So if we dive right into it, just from an agenda perspective, we'll talk about who is Aptronics. This is an Aptronics primed presentation, and for those who don't know who Aptronics is, we'll talk a little bit about who we are. We'll talk about our relationship with Aruba. Effectively, the partnership is fairly simple. Aruba provide the solutions, and Aptronics are able to implement and support and commission. Then we'll dive right into the actual meat and potatoes of it all, which is actually powering the edge. And this is where Karthik will take us through all the possibilities with regards to Industry 4.0 and how Aruba is able to help you to leverage off the technologies. And we'll wrap it up with some next steps, just some guidance on what to do from here for those that are interested in taking it further. So, who is Aptronics? Aptronics is a member of the IOCO technology group. We are 100% acquired. Some of you may know IOCO as being EOH previously, which we were. However, we've reorganized our business completely so that we can now be an end-to-end systems integrator and serve our clients' needs and expectations better. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this slide, but I will just quickly add that IOCO as a technology group operates across three primary pillars of delivery. The first one being IOCO Digital. And here we digitally transform businesses. We do that through bespoke application development, things like data analytics and automation solutions, everything that's required to ensure that your business transforms to a modern digital business outfit. Then we have IOCA technology. This is the pillar where Aptronics sits. And this is where we deliver robust technology foundations through compute infrastructure, through OEM application solutions, and through partnerships that represent the global technology landscape, which is obviously supported by a local delivery experience. So a case in point here would be the Aptronics Aruba partnership. And as I said, Aruba are the leaders at the forefront of providing modern technology for use in business. And Aptronics is the partner that is able to implement and commission these solutions. And then lastly, we have IOCO services. This is the home to technology services. And this is largely driven by our network managed solutions and our infrastructure manage and operate solutions teams. And this is where we provide value with regards to managing and operating the environment once it's installed and goes live. Aptronics also has a leg in this, but we do leverage off our manage and operating teams quite heavily. So just looking at what we like to call Aptronics by the numbers. As an entity, Aptronics has been in operation for 27 years, and we've had 27 years of wonderful growth. We have the typical IT success story, starting out in a garage with just 2 people and growing eventually to 220 people by the time IOCO started showing an interest in us. And those 27 years have shown us really wonderful success. We are a BE level 1 partner. That's, I think, still very important in South Africa, and we've maintained our BE level 1 status. And that is proven by our 78.7% Black women economic interest. So it's not just on paper. We are actually truly level 1 BEE. And then just diving into our value propositions fairly quickly. And I know that this is a very busy slide, and I'm not going to go into it in extreme detail here, but except maybe just to highlight the bottom section here. This is where we offer a complete breadth of technology services, from initial assessments, helping you to understand what you have in the environment, what's under the hood, so to speak, and providing you with that information with regards to an assessment, what the general status is, what the health is, what your position and place is with regards to the roadmap towards digital transformation. And then we can kick that into architecture and design services all the way through to building the environment, moving you over, getting you successfully cut over from old to new, and then all the way through to probably the most important section, which is the manage and support. It doesn't help having all this technology in place if you don't know how to run it properly. So this is where our services teams can engage with you and help you to manage and support this environment the way it's supposed to be. I think also important to note is that these services are offered across the end-to-end landscape, across the data center, across the end user side, the access layer as we call it, and then extremely important in today's time, with Internet of Things and everything being network connected, security has become extremely important and vital. So as a service partner, we're basically able to assist you with all these services at the bottom across all three of these pillars. Just quickly, within the data center, it would be concerned with the compute environment, the heart of the operations, the network that drives or carries all this data, right through to data protection out here, and then of course, fairly relevant for today's time, hosted cloud services. On the end user side, application virtualization, cost avoidance, cost containment with regards to leveraging of virtualization technology, mobility solutions also for your end users, specifically now and very relevant from a COVID perspective with users having to work from home or work remotely. And then into the security section, we are able to assist you with regards to perimeter security, gatekeepers, security at the edge, keeping the bad guys out and only allowing the good guys in, through to vulnerability assessments, seeing where you have some weak spots, where you have some vulnerabilities. And we're able to do all of this as a managed service. So, allowing you to leverage off OpEx rather than CapEx. With regards to the networking, as I said, within the data center, we're able to offer networking services. And with regards to networking, because that's effectively the primary focus of today's little chat, uh, we're able to provide, as we said, with the assessment services all the way through to the support, covering your traditional or your good old-fashioned LAN solutions, your switching, your routing, your wide area networking, through to more modern technologies that we're seeing coming about today, things that like software-defined networking, network automation, which is really important for cloud transformation. So we're able to assist and we have the ability to guide you with regards to all this new networking technologies. And then, of course, Wi-Fi solutions. Very pertinent. Wi-Fi is booming these days. And I think I have this little saying, which I read somewhere that says that, if Maslow had to update his hierarchy of needs pyramid, then Wi-Fi would definitely be on there. You sometimes find that it becomes more of a requirement than actual bathrooms. So we offer Wi-Fi services across all verticals, corporate, medical, hospitality, industry. And then I think very pertinent to this presentation is the services catering for the industrial Internet of Things verticals. Internet of Things solutions for manufacturing, for mining, and for industrial. Now, this is the second last slide from me, and I know I've rushed through it. But if there's anything that's caught your eye or you want to know anything more, please reach out to us, reach out to me, and I will gladly set up some time with the relevant people, and we can come through and have a chat to you further, or we can do it online. Either way, we're flexible. But if there is anything you'd like to know more about, specifically on this slide as well, anything that I didn't really cover that you may have a need for, or you may have a bit of a pain point, please reach out to us. So just the last slide from me, with regards to Aptronics and our Aruba partnership. Are we able to actually supply, support, and manage all the Aruba solutions that you're going to hear about? Yes, we can. We've been an Aruba Gold partner for many, many years. And we have all the certified professionals. These are true certified, not just attending courses, but also gone through the certification exams. And we're able to assist you all the way from a design perspective, right through to your actual technology perspective, from data center through to the edge. So that's it from me, and I thank you for giving me these few minutes to just introduce the company to you. And I'm going to hand over now directly to Karthik, who will take us through the rest of the presentation. So, Karthik, over to you.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining today's session. Again, thank you, Suraj. It was fantastic insight, and I was so happy to see the collaboration that Aruba and Aptronics are building together to bring all that great solutions for our customers. And today's session is all about that, right? Power the edge, but focus on industrial vertical and how we are helping all that industrial vertical customers like manufacturing, oil and gas, mining, and the list just goes on and on. In making their transformation or digital transformation journey possible. right? So I'm going to talk about that solutions today. With no further ado, my name is Karthikeyan Gunashekhar. Shiraz gave me a beautiful introduction. Thank you for that again. I'm the category lead for Edge Services Platform in EMEA. And today's session is, and if you can see the agenda, it's very simply lined up. We are going to talk about or touch base on what the demands are in today's Industrial 4.0's world. We are going to touch about or talk about the Edge Services Platform architecture, which is the core platform or the foundation that all that rich solution I'm going to talk about can fit in, right? And a collaboration, right, which is very important when we talk about technologies, when we talk about solutions and how Edge Service Platform architecture is going to help. One important aspect of the whole business is the use case that drives business outcome. And that's where our collaboration with ecosystem partners, how we bring that to life in a customer's environment. So I'm going to touch base on that story. And then we'll have some time for Q&A, or you can reach us anytime to understand how these solutions work and how we can help you in making it more reality in your organization. So with that, the trends, right? So it's very important how we take things into action and industrial information or what's happening in the industry or the world around us helps us to make it more easier for us to build a solution or tailor make that solution for our customers. I'm going to touch on manufacturing because then it relates to a lot of aspects of Industrial 4.0. And if you see the real trend or challenges that is happening in that particular sector or vertical is about managing data, adopting to automation, becoming more flexible. And when you talk about flexibility, you also have to take care of the security around us, right? The cyber security. And when I'm going to talk about the OT and IT world, it's very important that how we really blend that security to action. How agile we can be, how we can bring that solution which is completely SLA driven, bring that uptime for our customer and maintain the uptime there so that their businesses can go on and on, right? So that's very important, complications that we are going to talk about and how we actually, you know, work well to make that challenges go away and then also lead the businesses to the trends and the demands that is required. So one side of that is Industry 4.0 standard, right? Because this is the standard which puts across a lot of aspects into the business model, right? And how businesses today need to transform themselves. There's a lot of transformation options that every organization is taking. It's not that one size fits all, but we've picked these 5 areas of demand that today Industry 4.0 is requesting for when it comes to managing industry IoT devices, how AI and robotics can fit into the act, how AR and VR are playing the role, and then 5G, right? This is the new buzzword, and how we can integrate that 5G story into the whole solution, right? So these are some points that we took and we want to lead the pack in building that solution for us, right? So how Aruba fits into the game? How is Aruba making it more easy for our customer when these requirements for Industry 4.0 arises, right? So we spoke about that 5 areas, but Aruba fits into the 3 areas that we want to focus on: the connect layer, the protect layer, and the automation, right? And if you see all these 3 points, connect, protect, and automate, actually makes it easier for customers to adopt to Industry 4.0. That's what the whole platform is all about, and I'm going to talk about. So, what is that architecture which is going to help customers to go and embrace the demand and the challenges that Industry 4.0 is putting and making their journey more easy in adopting to that? So, I want to introduce you all to Aruba Edge Services Architecture or Edge Services Platform, the architecture. In short, we call it ESP. And this is the architecture which is designed to help our customers to get that digital transformation journey possible, right? The architecture is all about 3 attributes, actually 4 attributes. And I'm going to talk about each and every attribute and how that fits. But very interesting point is it's all managed by Aruba Central, right? Aruba Central is the platform, the management gateway, or the management platform that is going to accommodate the whole architecture and help our customers, adopting to that cloud native. It's AI driven, the first AI driven, a complete AI driven architecture that helps our customers in adopting to that requirements, right? Again, span across whatever the business model you are working with, right? You want to support a data center or a campus architecture, or you want to extend that to the branch or remote users, right? And also embracing all that cloud application, that demand that customers are looking for. So this architecture is flexible and scalable across the board, right? I'm going to talk about each and every attribute. The first attribute, which I showed, the unified infrastructure, is all about the connected layer, right? Where you talk about your Wi-Fi connectivity, your wired connectivity, and then we have the SD-WAN and the SD branch setups to scale geographically, and how we integrate that with 5G and the IoT world. So anything that is part of that connectivity layer, or the infrastructure layer, the whole Aruba portfolio fits into this layer, making sure that the customers are able to have the connectivity layer done without any issues, right? And the middle attribute is, or the second attribute is the zero trust security, or the policy driven, software driven policy architecture. Now, this is where a complete story about security comes very, very handy. It's very important that our customers, it's not about just the connected devices. So we have taken care about all that complicated devices, whether it's a user or an IoT sensor or any other third-party devices that is connecting on your network. So we get that connected layer done with infrastructure attribute. But it's very important to know what's connecting on the network, right? What kind of authentication that that needs to be assigned to that device, or continuously monitoring that device's action, and be alert, be more proactive in addressing if there is any kind of challenges, right? So this is what happens in this layer, where we bring our solutions like ClearPass and dynamic segmentations into act and make it more possible for customers to know what's going on their network. And the last, or the third attribute, is the AI ops, or the services attribute in short, right? And this is where your complete automation journey that customers demands are today. Because when you talk about all that devices connecting on the network, a manual intervention is not going to help our customers, right? You need to have a very scalable architecture that can also do all that automation that is required for the business to grow, and the business to be continuing their operations, right? So this is very important that we bring that the strength that Aruba has in collecting that data with all that infrastructure. So our connect layer and our protect layer, which is the first attribute, infrastructure, unified infrastructure, and the policy and the software defined policy. This is the two attribute that makes sure that the customer's network is steady, strong enough to cater to all that demands, and use that architecture strength to develop the AI and ML of the world, in understanding the requirements and being able to address those demands with the new technology and the new data driven services that we are able to offer with the services layer, right? So that's where the three attributes actually lead for our customers, and in short we call it the connect, protect, automate, analyze, and act. And then you see that services attribute, which is the final one, and as a service model. So all that technology that Aruba Edge Services platform needs to offer can be consumed by customers in an as a service model, and we have different options for it that you can talk to the local representatives of Aruba or Aptronics and get how you can benefit out of that as a service model, that whether it's a network as a service, or software as a service, but again, helping you to adopt to this technology, to the platform, and also use as a service model to enable it into your organizations, right? So that was a quick sneak peek about Aruba Edge Services platform. But let me go directly into the meat. What Siraj mentioned earlier, that that solution is full of delivering great stuff to our customer. So I'm going to touch base on that three attributes, but I'm going to talk about the connect layer, the protect layer, and then the automation or the analyze and act layer. So the first layer is the connect. Again, that's where the infrastructure needs to be strong. And Aruba brings that the complete portfolio. When you talk about wireless connectivity, then we have a full-fledged portfolio. All that uh, small form factor, middle size form factor, or the high density access points to offer to our customers. A Wi-Fi 6 and a 6E capable hardware, so which is again showcasing that we are the thought leader in bringing the latest and the greatest technologies for our customer. But it doesn't stop there. It's just not about wireless deliverables today. It's about how we can then take that step forward in building the solution that can adopt to BLE, ZigBee, or the other third-party ecosystem protocols into the same access point. So today, the access points just doesn't deliver the Wi-Fi, but acts as an IoT gateway and adopts the use cases that customers want to use that other different radios to build their business outcome stories, right? So that's where the access point is now seen as a more IoT gateway in helping the customers, but just not an access point to connect wireless users. Then comes a strong, because when you talk about all that rich features on an access point and the demand that we see from the wired environment, we really want to provide our customers with a robust wired infrastructure, right? And that's where I want to talk about our AOS CX switching. Again, it's one of its kind, where one operating system and that can span across your data centers demands today, your campus networks or your core networks demand, your distribution and access networks demand. So one architecture that can span across all that different variations of networking or switching is all that's Aruba OSCX can do, right? And different form factors, different product models that fit into that game of different demands, and that's where we want to embrace the customer's requirements that can fit into the use cases of switching. But it doesn't stop there, because these switches are just not about a hardware that can connect your wired connectivity. We have taken that journey to the next level, where we integrated the AI and the cloud native adoption to these switches. So the operating system is more intelligent in delivering what a cloud native architecture is supposed to be, from a scalability standpoint, from flexibility, bringing the AI and the ML dynamics to the operating system, right? So a complete robust solution for our customers that can automate the complete journey on a wired side. And then we talk about the architecture that is on the wireless that spans across. So it's just not about this particular model only works with a campus network, or this particular works with, we have got that unified Wi-Fi for our customers. So any model fits. We only work on a single architecture. So a customer who has bought Aruba products, or they're going to buy Aruba products, it's one unified infrastructure, right? They don't really have to worry about the operating models or the different speeds and feeds in the access point. It all works seamlessly for the customer's demand. And then the last part of is the unified branch, or we call it the SD-WAN or the SD branch solution. This is where we have extended all that rich features that we speak in the campus network or the data center, or in the in, again the campus area. How we can scale that to the branch network, right? Because it's just not about talking every rich features in the campus only or the head offices. How we can take the same look and feel, the same experiences, optimization, and performance to the branch users or a remote user who's working from home. And that's where our complete unified branch story comes into action. But what the best part is, everything what you see in this portfolio or the connected layer is managed from an Aruba central cloud managed dashboard, right? Which is again the best part of the whole solution, where you have the complete control of what's happening on the network, whether it's a user connectivity, a device connectivity, IoT connectivity, everything can be seen from that single architecture or single dashboard. And that's a strength of cloud, that we can able to have that complete unified single pane of glass view of what's going on a customer's network, right? Again, it avoids that siloed environment where you have different management tools to operate different devices. That's completely gone from the table. And then bringing that complete self-driven and a automated environment for our customers, because all our products today are capable of generating and processing the data and bringing that proactive approach for our customers to see what's going on using our AI ops story, which I'm going to talk about. Again, a simplified design. It's no complication here, and at the same time, service enabling the services that the customer needs as they grow and as they want to add new things. Now, taking the whole conversation, because when you talk about industrial vertical, the first thing that comes is how are we going to take that OT and IT contributions into actions, right? Because that's where the whole game changer is. And we talk about different aspects of the business. OT has different devices, IoT and industrial IoT has different devices, but there is also off the network devices like normal user devices, right? How do we collaborate all that demands, right? And that's why we have launched, Aruba has launched a completely industrial switches now that can cater to the customer's needs. So I spoke about Aruba OS CX solution, but now that is now extended to the outdoor or the industrial requirements on, you can have that switch is deployed outdoor in a closet that can withstand dust and heat and perform the same way that a customer is looking at an industrial vertical. Again, collaborating the whole story, because these switches, as I said, is completely designed with analytics engine and all that hard, rough features that Aruba OSCX offers, now collaborating the OT worlds, the sensors and the security challenges that they were never faced before, how we can adapt that in a more dynamic way and segmenting the traffic and making it more useful for our customers, right? So that's the whole package now. So end-to-end deliverable on the inside network of the campus or the industrial demand, we are able to provide the customer with a full-fledged portfolio that they can take it forward in deploying that one unified infrastructure managed from a one platform across the board. And now making it more stronger, you all who have heard about the collaboration and how Aruba and Silver Peak are now one company. But again, it doesn't stop there, because it's less than a year and we have collaborated a complete story, right? When there is a requirement that a customer are looking for completely pure play WAN solution, where they want to integrate with the MPLSs of the world or the demand that a WAN is generating, all that collaboration that is needed. You really need to have that pure play WAN solution that comes in the form of Silver Peak's Edge Connect solution, right? So Silver Peak becoming part of the whole solution has enhanced the complete capabilities, but again, building the rich features of Aruba's Central and ClearPass and all that artificial intelligence and segmentations we were talking about, all coming in collaboration with Silver Peak, has made it more easier for our customers. So customers, when they are buying that one architectured solution, even now with the Silver Peak, it's one unified infrastructure for them that they can have that full insight and full manageability to go forward and have a robust network in place. So that was the connect layer, where we bring all that connectivity handy for our customers, but also making it more rich and easy and simple for them to deploy and manage it from one single platform, that is Aruba Central. Now comes the second layer, or the secure or the protect layer, right? And very important, right? When you have that rich connectivity layer where it can connect all that sensors and devices, and whether it's wireless or BLE or Zigbee, it's also important to have that visibility, right? What's connecting on the network, and security is the main uh, re- area that the customers are looking to have that complete trust that what's connecting on the network and how they are able to handle that. And that's where Aruba brings a complete visibility today with our device insight solution, or Aruba device insight, or ClearPass device insight solution, where anything that's connecting on the wired and the wireless today on the network, we have a full view of what's connecting on the network, right? You see that dashboard that is from Aruba Central. This dashboard actually okay, a ClearPass device inside is a cloud sourcing solution where any deployment or any devices, we have the complete record or the fingerprints of it. It's a cloud managed solution. That's why we understand what is connecting, and from our database we can actually provision it or fingerprint that device and put it and add it to the profile table, that this is a device which is found on export and or over wireless or over the wired, and also add it to the table so that we can easily segment it, put them into a dedicated role, and also use them or deliver on the network in a more secured way, right? So all the data now, once you know the visible what's on the network, you have the complete visibility. It's time to also segment it or make that traffic go to the network in a more secure way, whether it's any device of a user, whether it's an IoT device or a security or a contractor's network. These devices are given dedicated roles, so you are now removing the complexity of the VLANs from the whole network, right? Thinking about all that IoT devices that's going to connect on the network, and creating manual VLANs for all each and every network is going to complex more the whole network. But at the same time, if there is a problem, to troubleshoot that is going to be a nightmare for IT operations, right? With Aruba's visible solution that can give you complete visibility on what's happening, but at the same time also helping the complete segmentation with roles. All these devices can be also in the same VLAN, but every device is identified, whether it's a CCTV camera, it goes and fits into a role. If it's a user device, that goes and fits into a role. And these roles are then attached to a policy and enable to travel the network in a more secured way. So if a CCTV camera has to access the network, it cannot access any other part of the network. It will only be talking to the storage system or the CCTV management system. That's all about it. So that's the control we are bringing for customers in one single platform, right? So again, a full AI visibility, automated flow that helps customers to see what's happening on the network. ClearPass is a multi-vendor approach, so you can have that integration for all the third-party ecosystems into ClearPass that you want to do. But again, giving that full 360 degree of the network and closing the security loop is what we want to bring for our customers. With that said, it's also important to understand how it's really going to help the OT world with all their sensors and all that connectivities, right? So all that terminating on the Wi-Fi today, and when we see that it's fully controlled with that dynamic segmentation, whether it's connecting on access point or outdoor switches or indoor switches, all that traffic. But the best part is we have collaborated or integrated the whole ClearPass solution with the OT world, with Clarity or CyberX, Nozomi or Indigi. These are the security vendors that understand the OT business, and now we have fully integrated with them in making that OT to IT communication in a more secured way. That's where the whole technology is stitched together. It's not siloed anymore from a security standpoint also, and embracing those third party or the third party firewall or the security solution that already OT is using in different aspects of their business, makes it more easy for the whole collaboration to be fruitful for the customer and not and avoiding all that complications. So that was the protect part. And the third part is the automate, analyze, and act, right? And that's where we are able to help our customer. This is a very important part of the whole game because, as I said, connect, protect is where we really focus more and bring that rich solutions for our customer. Now, making that solution more robust is how we are using our AI and machine learning to power it more for our customer, right? The basic idea about our AI is to fit into these three categories. First thing is making sure that we bring the complete automation into act. And using these powerful features like AI Assist, AI Search, and AI Insight, we are actually building the complete use cases for our customers, right? AI Search is a natural language programming technology where if there is any issues that you want to search on the network, going to the dashboard and just typing with a or natural language is going to give you results. So you can actually go and say what are the Wi-Fi issues, or who are the users who are having Wi-Fi connectivity issues. This will help you to give some output from the system and exactly point who are the users who are having issues on the Wi-Fi or what is their problem. Again, giving them full insight. And AI insight is again an automated way of proactively determining what's happening on the network. It has the baseline which it keeps on checking, and based on the baselines, it's giving scores on the network, what's wrong on the network, whether it's a wired issue or a wireless issue or a connectivity issue or a DHCP issue. So that's where we are bringing the complete insights on what's happening on the network. And then last but not the least, the AI assist, which is again an autonomous way of diagnosing a problem, right? Collecting logs, reporting it to the TAC. So proactively, a customer spending a lot of time talking to TAC and opening a ticket and doing all that if there is a problem. AI Assist does that on behalf of the customer, right? All collection of log, recording the sessions, and every information that is causing that problem to happen can be proactively diagnosed and also taken logs and sent to TAC to further diagnose it. This is where we are bringing autonomous uh, solution for our customers from an AI standpoint. Again, the only goal why we want to use AI is to resolve issues faster, to increase the capacity of the IT operations team, and last but not the least, go and find the root causes if there is any problem more faster. Again, the percentages are there. With every development, we are increasing this percentage numbers because that's where we are making our AI and our ML more stronger and stronger in understanding the customer's network and building the network for the customer. Again, how it really fits in the dashboard. This is where I spoke about the baseline. So our AI insight, it finds where exactly the problem is. Here on the screen, you see a DHCP timeout failure because that's also one of the problem which can lead to a bad wireless experience or a wired experience, right? So giving exactly what's going on and where the problem is, where the server or which is the server that is causing an issue, telling that information to IT operations helps that uh, helps IT from getting going into a round robin and trying to figure out where the problem is and wasting time. Proactively addressing to the problem where it exactly tells where the root cause is, right? Again, on the wireless also, because RF is a bigger problem because it's invisible. So also helping from an RF standpoint exactly what's going on the network and helping to better the optimization if there is any issues that users face from an RF standpoint. That's from was the device. But again, if you see, there is an apply fix button where I mentioned about the AI assist, where any issues are already found, the system analyzes that and also gives an option to fix it by clicking on one of that button, right? So that's where we are getting more in detail on delivering a proactive solution fix for the customer. So it's automate, analyze, and act, just not about automate and analyze, but also act on a solution, act on a problem, and give a solution to our customer. With that, we also have one more hero of the network, or I call it. That's what our UXI sensor is all about. And this beautiful sensor can actually, restructure or show exactly what is a user behavior or a user performances on a network, right? It's all about we knowing what's happening on the network, right? And when before a user comes and complains, hey, my Wi-Fi is not working, or I'm not able to access X websites, or I'm not able to authenticate. Think about a device which is already doing it for us and proactively checking. That's what Aruba has got with our UXI sensors. This acts as a user, communicates to all that application that that organization is working with, and keeps on updating the dashboard with all that insights about the network, whether it's wireless issue, wired issue, if it's an application issue. But yeah, if it's all good, it will be a green smiley face of the network, which you see on the screen. But if there is any issues, it will also show a sad face, which is red, but also give us clear indication where the problem is, what is the exact problem, helping IT to make it more easier to troubleshoot. And the last part of that whole solution from an AI part is digital twin. And we keep on hearing about digital twin and how it is. But that's reality, right? Think about any deployment that we want to do today from in a manufacturing unit. It's always good to know how that whole performance is going to happen, how we are able to see the outputs of that solution, right? We bringing the complete AI capabilities to the game. Now we are able to actually do a real-time simulation of solutions, right? Of deployments. We can actually give a proactive step forward in showcasing what that solution or that uh, requirements can lead to, right? So this is where Aruba is closely working with ecosystem partners in creating that digital twin possible for our customers to go and check what's on the network and how they can better their solution by using a proactive approach with the complete digital twin enablement, right? So again, that was the three attributes: connect, protect, analyze, automate, analyze, and act. Now I'm going to talk about the collaboration, right? So we are 30 minutes into the session. Next 15 minutes, I'm going to only talk about the collaboration and how we are able to collaborate with ecosystem partners in bringing technologies and use cases into a business outcome. So to do that, right, before I talk about the collaboration, what we do, it's very important that the whole act of the AP as IoT gateway, and that's the star of the whole collaboration because opening up the door for all that ecosystem partners to come and talk to or use their technologies to collaborate with an access point and Aruba Central is what makes it more robust for our customers, right? Because here the customer has a complete investment protection because if they want to incorporate with each and every ecosystem partner, instead of investing on different infrastructure and hardware, they are now able to collaborate their solutions with this one technology, which is again the easiest way of bringing the business outcomes for each and every use cases that they have in mind, right? So as I said, the access point has Wi-Fi 6 and 6E as we speak. We have Bluetooth, we have Zigbee radio inbuilt into the AP, and we also have a USB slot where some ecosystem partners use that to integrate with their third-party protocols and some of the OT, IT world protocols, right? So yeah, I'll now quickly go through a few of the storylines that we work with, and this story, what I'm going to talk about, or solution I'm going to talk about, incorporates these five ecosystem partners, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But again, I just want to give you an insight, like because uh, what you're going to see now is a story of a contractor and how he or she are accessing a manufacturing plant, but what are the stages that we can incorporate these third-party ecosystem solutions, right? That's the whole idea. And the best part is for these ideas to work, it's very important that you have a stronger infrastructure. And Aruba is providing that stronger infrastructure to incorporate all that use cases that's possible today with our ecosystem partners. So that's where the whole story is aligned. So let me quickly start the story. So today we have a contractor. His name is Sam. Sam is visiting a manufacturing plant. He has multiple tasks to do, and he's been called to visit the plant. So as soon as Mr. Sam enters the plant, first thing that we wanted to do is with the digitalization story is give him an automated way of entrance, right? So since Mr. Contractor Sam is already registered in the system that his visit time is going to be between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., we already have his details. So as soon as he approaches the gate, there is a CCTV camera that scans contractor Sam, and then the system, a self-kiosk system, actually self-registers with Sam's detail. And once that's done, because that's an integration that we have with our partner Envoy, who is able to give us that automated kiosk system where the contractor Sam can enter it manually also, and if we also have a preloaded information, that also makes it easy as soon as we scan his facial recognition. And once that approval happens, that we authorize that this is the right person, this is who we have invited to the plant to do some contracting work, there is a batch printer which is integrated again with the solution that scans the badge for Sam, and also a digital copy of the same is being emailed or SMS to Sam to get access to the premises, right? So once that's done, then comes the journey of contractor Sam, where he has to go to one of the locations in the plant and start working. And since it's all a secured environment, every door lock system is digitalized today. Right, as soon contractor Sam reaches one of that zone one, because if you see on the badge, he's only given access to the on the 25th of October to work on zone one only. Right, as soon he reaches to the door, is using his phone, which has a digital copy of it, or he can use the printed card to access that door. Here we have an integration with Asa Abloy. The door lock system is integrated and talking to our access point over the Zigbee protocol. So same infrastructure integrated. The access point now is integrated on the wireless with Envoy, which is the guest management system, or the kiosk system that enables the contractor Sam to register himself. ClearPass, which is integrated on the switching environment and the Wi-Fi to get all that authentication and approval done. The CCTV camera is connected to the wired network, again, a complete IoT integration. And then you have the door lock systems on the same premises talking to the access point over the Zigbee radio. So a full-fledged communication that's happening to make Sam's journey more digitalized and more faster. But contractor Sam is a bit tricky guy. Instead of going to zone one, he also tries to see if he can go to zone two, right? But he didn't know that it's a Aruba network that has been designed in this plant. So everything is connected, protected. So when he tries to do that, automatically he is denied access because the door lock system did not recognize that invite or the access card. But there is also an alert that goes to the security team that there is somebody who's trying to barge into the network without a proper access, right? That also alerts. Even we can have CCTV integrated to that particular door and see who is doing that. So again, a full-fledged continuous monitoring and a security using the devices, all accessing real time on the wireless, on the switches, everything managed by Aruba Central. So contractor Sam returns back to his zone one, where he has to do some maintenance work of some motors. And here I want to introduce you to the sensors that one of our ecosystem partners, ABB, is generating. These sensors are continuously monitoring the performances in industrial vertical, right? All those big motors and gears and instrumentation products. Every product has these sensors which is capturing real-time data, and these data are passed to the access point in real time from the sensors or Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and then getting processed, right? These smart sensors are getting processed, and then they are sent and operated and sent to the cloud management system of ABP. So every data that is generated on these sensors are very crucial and helps contractor Sam to see exactly what's happening on each and every instrument in the plant, right? A real-time view, what's making it more easy for contractor Sam to sit in one location and observe the full plant's optimization and the processes that's going on. Again, when contractor Sam is working in his zone one room, he suddenly sees that there are some sensors who's sending him alerts from a restroom which is again integrated with our ecosystem partner and Ocean. Now, the use case here is very, very simple, right? Now, as I said, contractor Sam is here to do multiple tasks. And when he was taking care of the ABB sensors and everything, his mobile phone sends a message to him saying there's an alert on one of the sensors in the restroom, which is powered by an Ocean. And these sensors are now monitoring the complete restroom behavior, right? Whether the water leakage is happening, anybody, how many people are walking in, if there is any leakage, if the toilet papers are there or not there. Again, it's like a lot of things. I'm just giving you a restroom example here because that is one of the places which is most used. But the real use case here is not just about the restroom here. It's about how these sensors are communicating to the access points, right? These sensors have a different way of communicating to the access point. And all these sensors are sending real-time information to the Notion cloud control. And that's where the whole process is happening more faster. And whichever sensor reports any kind of notification is sent via the mobile app to contractor Sam. Again, a blue dot navigation you see on the phone of contractor Sam, which can help him to reach that particular sensor in a guided blue dot navigation like an indoor location map. So here he's able to not waste his time in finding the sensor which alerted him, but also reaching the sensor on time and making sure he gets it fixed on the spot, right? So again, time saving, very proactive before a user complains, and also making sure that all that information are sent to the full system over the Wi-Fi. Then comes the real-time use cases where contractor Sam is working on the ABB and the N-Ocean sensors and troubleshooting. But we also have solution that if he wants to see anything in a more realistic way, he can also use the AR VR gadgets because everything is powered by Aruba wireless. So and we are able to segment the traffic and also prioritize and give the right quality of services to it. We are able to bring that complete Wi-Fi 6 and a 6Es benefit for our customers in bringing the complete high-speed internet, right? So that helps the AR VR concept, but also collaborating with our partner Mobile is able to help us track users, track devices, track vehicles, and all that tracking happens from the triangularization design that we have on the plant, right? We have also partnered with hazardous location, explosion proof location. Think about a mining plant where there are different requirements for an access point to operate. Our collaboration and partnership with such partners also have enabled us to go and install these access points in very hazardous and explosion proof or low or deep into the mining areas, right? So that's where the whole capabilities of Aruba is, and with our partnership in Mobile Iris, we are able to accommodate more and more use cases in tracking people, making sure connectivity is available everywhere. And the last use case is contractor Sam is working in one of the areas, and suddenly there is a evacuation process because of some incident. But because we know exactly where contractor Sam is, because the whole plant is powered by Aruba's location services, whether it's a AP or a BLE, we are able to track contractor Sam and also send messages to him whether he is safe or not, right? And this is partnered with one of our ecosystem partners, Patrocinem, who are able to provide us with applications and also integrate their solutions with our access points and BLE technology, able to trace where contractor Sam is and also send help if we don't hear anything back from him. So that's how the whole collaboration of connected and till protected, also a physical person with the technology is helping the digital transformation of a lot of such customers going forward and taking this journey, right? And that's in a nutshell how the whole solution is collaborated. I took that into a story form and using contractor Sam in the whole story. But the real game for IT operation is how it all collaborates, how it all works, and that's how we make things simple. Aruba Central and the IoT operations dashboard into it is able to make this whole collaboration easy. Our access points and operating system in our access point are able to talk to all that IoT metadata in a more secured way. We have IoT collectors and connectors that is on our access point, in the gateways, in our switches. That's helping us to understand the behavior of these IoT devices, but also incorporate that or integrate that with the cloud applications and app partners in making the full story more easier for our customers to go forward. With that, I want to put that into a real context because it's just not about talking about a solution, but also telling you that we have customers who have gone this journey, gone in this digitalization journey path, right? And Texmark is one of the chemical manufacturing companies who had a lot of pain points when it comes to managing those uh, pumps and pipes which are miles and miles of pipes which is laid, and they had a problem that they shared with Aruba was how do they get down the man hour cost of inspection, right? Because they were paying more than $1 million every year, right? How do they get that down, right? And that was the key area that Aruba wanted to bring that digital story for them, making all that use cases which you saw now with our sensors integrating with IoT, with location services. We were able to reduce 50%, right? And this is a case study that we have done. It's publicly available. We were able to reduce 50% in their complete plant maintenance costs, right? Which is saving them $500,000 every year, which is again a huge return on investment for them, because they have invested on a solution. But again, saving $500,000 every year makes it more easier for text marks to go and do their work in a more easier way, but also more proactive and in a more faster way, right? And reducing their costs. Actually, again, a very beautiful use case that I wanted to share with all of you. And we have many customers who have taken this path, and we have success stories. Please reach out to us and we can share that, how we can help you in becoming one of our reference and case study customers. So with that, I wanted to also now bring everybody's attention that Aruba and Aptronics partnership can help you lead the complete edge services platform journey, where we can bring that unified infrastructure, zero trust security, and AI ops for you, and enabling your digital transformation journey towards Industry 4.0 or being amenable to Industrial 5.0 possible. And please reach out to us, talk to us. We have tailor-made solutions for each and every customer, and we can help you with your use cases and make that use cases into a more business outcomes, right? So please reach out. And once again, I want to give you a quick summary of what I spoke about. We spoke about how that intelligent edge is developing. Everything is happening at the edge. That is very important. ESP, again, the cloud native AI powered architecture, is the platform that we bring all that integrations for our customers, whether it's from a hardware, from a security, and from incorporating the automation with AI and ML, right? Three steps, you are in the game. We connect, we protect, we automate, analyze, and act. ESP brings that value for our customers, and we are more than happy to have a discussion with you and bring that solution to your premises. With that, if there is time for Q&A, we can take it. If not, I would want to thank each and every one who is listening to us, who is watching the session today. Thanks for the opportunity, and we are looking forward to do more face-to-face sessions with all of you. And stay safe, and thank you for the opportunity once again. Bye bye. Ciao.